Whether you're measuring a gauge swatch for the start of a project or you've just finished a larger sweater, chances are at one point in time or another when you're knitting or crocheting, you're gonna need to block something. And to make that process a lot easier, we have these blocking mats. These are really nice foam mats. They come as a set of 9. They're 12 inches by 12 inches wide and 3/8 of an inch thick. So they're, very durable, very handy. Now the neat thing that you can see is these are kind of have puzzle piece edges. And the really great part about that is that they snap together. You can see they just kind of line in, you press them together, and you can make these any shape that you want. This is really handy for, creating a sweater where you can make a larger centerpiece and then maybe add pieces to either side for your sleeves. You can make a larger triangle shape for shawls. You can line them all up in one big line for really long scarves and shawls and things like that. And then you can just kind of pop them out of place and stack them back up. So the nice thing about these blocking mats as opposed to a larger blocking board is mainly I really like them because they're space efficient. A lot of times you might see a blocking board, someone using that. And that's kind of, it's a larger chunk. It's going to take up a little bit more space and not be as versatile. So I really like these because you can make them any shape you want. I've never had a project not fit, between 1 and 2 sets of these. You can create all kinds of different shapes and sizes. Or you can just use one for blocking smaller projects or even blocking your swatches for projects. So for example, I have a little swatch here and you can use the blocking boards, to pin out your swatch. And I'm just using these small T-pins here. These are nice and handy to have if you, block a lot of your projects. Chances are you're gonna wanna invest in some T-pins. They're just a couple dollars. So here, for your swatch, because you'll want to block your swatch before you measure your gauge, you can just pin it out like this, and then it's gonna make it really, nice and easy for you to read your gauge. And you can wet block on here. Sometimes if you just have something really gentle or delicate, you can pin it out here and then spray block it too. So for example, you just pin it in here, and then when you're done, just take out your T-pins and then you're good to go. You can also just block larger projects that are, fit on one blocking board too. Just kind of to even out your stitches, not necessarily to really hard block your project like lace, for example. Then you would want a much larger space. But sometimes I just like to lay, a smaller project like maybe a hat or mittens down on a small block, spray block it, and just to kind of even out your stitches. But again, that's the beauty of these blocking mats is they're super versatile. You can use one for small projects, swatches, and then you can kind of puzzle piece them together to make really larger, a larger space for you to block things like blankets, shawls, definitely shawls, very handy, sweaters. And again, these are the Knit Picks blocking mats, and you'll definitely love them. They make the blocking process so much easier.